What's this like now? Like it's like the calm before the storm. Obviously, you got some more days left, but the season starting next week.
Yeah, this is the great part about the season. Obviously, to be able to get through training camp, OTAs, all that, and all the work that we've done as a team, a collective effort, and the growth. We've had a lot of great days, a lot of great moments. Obviously, in preseason, OTAs, all the camaraderie, all that part. That's been great. And so I think what's exciting is we get to do what we love to do here, and 13 days or however many days it is. And so it's exciting, and we're just staying focused on the task.
What Willie Randolph have to say to you here?
Yeah, I know Willie Randolph for a while, obviously going to big league spring training and being with the Yankees and all that. So Willie and I got to turn a lot of double plays. He said, man, you can still turn a mean double play. But it's he was amazing, obviously, as a player, but also as a man, as a person. I got to know him over the years, and just a great mentor. Understands what success looks like, championship mentality. And so we were talking about the Yanks, we were talking about a lot of ball, talking about just being here in New York and that experience of that. So I'm excited. I've known him for years, and just the bond that we've had sitting over lunch and having breakfast together and then taking grounders and hitting BP together. It's a lot of fun and a lot of history.
Russ, I know you and Malik haven't obviously had any game reps yet, but I saw you guys out there working together before that final preseason game. Where are you guys at from a chemistry standpoint as you head into the season?
And we felt great. I think the best part about it is, Malik's been a great worker this whole time. I remember him coming down to San Diego, and all the time we got to spend together, and his work ethic there, OTAs, and really, just the mentality. Even though he wasn't working physically as much at that point, he was in every meeting, every rep, every discussion, just with really great thoughts. I think he's going to have a great year. I think the best part about him is obviously he's a threat down the field, but he's also a threat anytime he touches the ball, whether it's the short game, mid-range game, all the different things he can do. And so I think the fun part too is we've got a lot of other great black guys too, and Slay and Wandell and many others. And so, but he's definitely worked at it every day, and our bond is really close. I think the best part about it is we spend a lot of time together. We went to dinner the other night with the fellas, and we're just cracking up about a bunch of different things, and then just also too the time under tension in terms of spending time together throughout training camp and OTAs of treatment and just different things we talked about, life, ball, and then obviously he's got the locker next to me, so we spend a lot of time together just talking about whatever it may be. So I'm excited. Obviously we always got to do the work. That's the best part about this game is you got to do the work, and he's not shy of that. I'm not either.
Russell, this year, we've seen last year, I think, at least from our perspective, he looked like he was like a little quiet on the quiet side, and especially on the field, and we saw him a little fired up here at the end here.
Yeah, no, Malik's great, man. He's a great communicator. He's done a really good job of communicating, like I said earlier, in the meetings and on the field too. He sees things extremely well. He has so much confidence in him, and just what he brings to the table. He's been a great leader. I think he's really stepped up in that way. He's just, I wasn't here obviously last year, but just to see his growth even from day one, just being around the fellas and just seeing what he's been able to do and how he leads. And he's got a great guys around him too. Like I said earlier, and Slay, who's been in the game for a while, has been here for a while, been through his ups and downs, challenges of all that, but also too, we just have all great belief. You saw him in the game, you saw Neighbors in the game, how celebratory he is with all the guys and the fellas, even though he's not playing. Like those moments are the great ones, and I think he's doing a great job of that.
Russell, we've heard about the focus. Coach has said it's about you guys focusing on yourself right now, but as someone who's been in this league for a long time, when do you start getting excited emotionally about opening day as the days approach and Washington's on the cusp or the horizon?
I try to, I think I'm already focused on that, of being there, being mentally prepared for that, studying, as well, and understanding what they do extremely well. They do a lot of great things well. Know Dan Quinn extremely well, as a tremendous football coach. Their defense coordinator Joe's great defensive coordinator as well. Just their players, obviously Bobby, different guys I've played against. They got tremendous talent. Guys like obviously Luvo and now Vaughn, the addition of him, and just so that it's a division game. The significance of it. All of that. But at the end of the day too, focus on the moment, focus on each day, just being great and just being great mentally as well, and understanding that you're just getting ready for that moment. You don't want to get too high, too early. Just try to, and that's just kind of honestly me too. It's just trying to stay neutral. I believe in just staying right here through the high moments, the tough moments, the great ones, the preparation moments. Just understanding what we're getting to, and you just kind of let it build up and get ready to rock and roll.
Russell, you have not played a regular season game yet for this team. Do you feel in this relatively short time you have put your stamp or your imprint on this team the way you want to yet?
No, I think it's a daily process. You're always doing that. I think it's you're never done leading. You're never done, like, leadership's a daily goal, task, thought, language, championship mentality. All of that, is a daily process. It's a daily thought, how you go about your business, how you think about it, how you communicate it. And so I think you're constantly putting your stamp on it, but you're constantly putting the growth of it all together as one. And so I'm excited to be able to lead this football team and do it with a bunch of great other guys. We have a lot of great leaders in this locker room on the defensive side, offensive side. And that's the exciting part about our team.
You've gotten to know Tommy a little bit over the course of the spring, obviously cut and picked up by New England. How does that change the dynamic in the quarterback room?
I wouldn't say change the dynamic, but we just miss Italian Stallion, being in the room. I think, Tommy has done a tremendous job, what he brought to the table every day at practice. I think obviously on the field, and you always want your teammates to show out and do well, to get opportunities like he just got. We're actually FaceTiming him in between our meetings, like we're hoping that he wasn't going to get picked up because we're like, come on, but at the same time we really wanted him to. So it was like because we wanted him to be in our room, hopefully. But at the same time, obviously we're so excited. Obviously he played well against the Patriots. They got to see what he was able to do, and I know he'll do well there. He's got a really good organization over there and all that stuff. But just I think his mentality, will be right there, and he'll do a great job. And he's a brother to us, and we'll definitely miss him in our room.
Is there a message to the fans about this team and what they can expect, from this team this year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we will bring is tough-nosed football, physical, offense, defense, special teams, a team that believes in each other, ultimately, and that's what really all that matters is we believe in each other, no matter how much praise we get, how much criticism people try to say beforehand or whatever it may be. It's just we're in the midst of it right now, and we have unbelievable belief in our locker room, what we're capable of. And now we got to go do it and just play one game at a time. It's a long season in a great way, these weeks will go by, and you'll realize that, hey, let them add up. Just let them add up. Let them add up, and just let the moments add up, and just don't look too far ahead. Just build one building block at a time, and that's what we're going to do.
Russ, you know a little something about athlete and musician relationships. Any thoughts on Travis and Taylor's announcement there?
Yeah, that's exciting for them, man. Obviously, big believer in love, so excited for them.
Russ, a lot of your teammates have talked, and coaches as well, have talked about how intentional you are with your leadership, with your work. Have you always been like that, or was there a time where you realized, this is kind of what I want to do and how I want to get my message out to everybody?
I think I've always been like that. Part of it is I think my parents raised me the right way to understand that, these moments, whether playing pro baseball, college baseball, football, it's just kind of always been laser focused. I think a lot of it was just how my parents raised me. You had to be kind of become grown, when you're 14, 15 years old, and your parents are both working, they're busy, and you just got to kind of individualize your mindset and your planning. You've got to be a self-starter at a young age, I think, to get to how far I've been fortunately able to get is by the grace of God, and it's also a lot of hard work and a lot of great people around. And I think a lot of that is being intentional with that, being intentional with who you surround yourself with, the thoughts that you have, how you work, how you prepare, how you study. All that stuff is intentional. And I think I haven't wavered off that intentionality. And I think a lot of it's just because I'm obsessed with football, man. I love football. I love practice. I love the great days. It's also, you got to love the tough days too, because it's building you up and pruning you to be better along the way. So that's the part that I've thoroughly enjoyed throughout my career, and just being able to lead these guys is a bunch of great, unbelievable human beings that are great football players too. And so it's a joy every day to come to work, to do it with Coach Dayball, to do it with this organization. It really is. I mean, he's a tremendous football coach. He challenges us. He holds us accountable, but also too, we really come to work here as a blessing every day. And so, I don't even consider it work, man. It's just get to do what we love to do, and to be a New York Giant is an honor.
Do you think that's an asset
Do you think that's an asset for you being a part of a new team?
Sorry, one more time. Do I think what?
Do you think that being intentional is an asset for you, integrating yourself quickly with this team, just how you carry yourself, that it's easy for you to kind of acclimate yourself?
Yeah, I think it's just being who you are consistently. I think, like I said, I try to, I think for me, I think it's, you step on the football field, you try to make the 10 other guys better. You try to facilitate the ball to the right guy at the right time. You also, when it comes to the building, you enjoy, the honor of doing what we get to love to do, like I said, and the intentionality of that. The intentionality of having gratitude every day. I get breath today. Like, God chose to give me breath today. I get to walk, I get to throw, I get to do the gifts that He gave me. And that's just kind of always been my mentality. And hopefully that surge of just gratitude and belief and faith in doing what I love to do and what we love to do, is infiltrates the room in a positive way, and so I think that's how I look at this game, and to be able to do it 14 years in is an honor and blessing for sure.